Hello, everyone. Okay, today we're going to talk about one of my new favorite products. This is the X Factor Kids Vitamins. I didn't know much about it until I did a little deep dive. It has a companion product called the Kids Microbiome, but today we're just going to talk about this. And I'll start first with giving a little testimony. My grandson has, since shortly after birth, had some major issues with eczema. And we tried lots of liquid vitamins, lots of liquid probiotics the last 2.5 years. But since November, my daughter has been faithfully giving him these two products, and he has gone from a scaly, patchy little boy to not having any problem at all. In fact, at the time she started, he was asking for 9 bananas a day. So I think he had grown into a little sugar addiction. Plus, I think his body was telling him something, and the only way he knew how to take care of it was to ask for a banana. So he needed potassium, he needed minerals that fruit has. So in steps this little vitamin, and he does not let her forget. He asks every day for his minimum. Uh, so, um, and his tea. This is it. It's a fruit punch flavored, and it's yellow, but he calls it his tea. So he and his dad have tea when dad gets home from work in the afternoon. Of course, dad probably has a cup of coffee, but Silas has his microbiome. So let me do a little deep dive into this. It is a 2-in-1 chewable supplement, um, maybe a nickel size, and it's a kind of a soft melt. So there's not a lot of choking hazard with a young one. You can start younger than age 2. The FDA requires us to have an age limit on it, but it can be started just as soon as your child is able to chew. Um, but obviously check with your healthcare provider and make sure that that is something that they would advise you to do. So let's take a deep dive. Alrighty. So it has 13 essential bioavailable vitamins, and that means that it's easy for a child's body to absorb. It has a very powerful 3 strains of probiotics, and we're going to do a deep dive into just one here in a second. So there are 3 probiotics strains in it to help with better digestion, because as you want to start them out young, so they're being exposed to all kinds of different tastes, flavors, foods, and vitamins and minerals in what they're eating. So it's also kid friendly. It is clean. There are no artificial flavors in it. There are no artificial sweeteners. And kids tend to not let you forget. Once you start, they really like it. So one of the ingredients that really stands out to me is vitamin K2. I didn't know much about it. I knew that vitamin K is a coagulating vitamin that if your child breastfeeds, their bodies begin to make it shortly after birth. In utero, their bodies do not make vitamin K because their blood flow is going different in a different direction through the body, and it's just going a different direction. It doesn't need to be a coagulant. It doesn't need to coagulate. So by the eighth day, their bodies have the vitamin K, so that their blood clots, and they get that from the colostrum from mom. So anyway, K2. Um, it is excellent for bone health and calcium absorption, as well as tooth development. Now we know that, teeth are in the gum, but K2 is very critical for tooth development and healthy, strong teeth with the right amount of enamel. So the K2 activates osteocalcin, which is a protein that binds to calcium, binds calcium to the bone matrix, helping build strong bones, reducing the risk of fracture as children grow. So we're laying a foundation with these vitamins and minerals in here that is long going to impact their future, even into adulthood. So let me get to the heart part. All righty, so we know dental health. I kind of popped in on that one for a second. Calcium replacement, let's see. By ensuring proper calcium placement, K2 also supports healthier teeth, reducing the risk of cavities and strengthening the enamel, even before the tooth has erupted. And of course, having a future influence on their permanent teeth. So heart health, K2 helps prevent calcium from building up in the arteries, supporting long-term cardiovascular health, even starting in childhood. So these vitamins are future forward in their heart health and helping the cells within the cardiac system be healthy, which influences their future. So it's a game changer for their diet and their growth and development. All righty, the next little deep dive I wanted to talk about is the Bacillus subtilis. That's a fun word. The probiotic strain is clinically proven to promote digestive balance, helping maintain healthy gut flora. So we know we want to keep the balance. We get it's so important for moms to be on probiotics because babies get their gut flora by passing through the birth canal. And if they don't do that, then they don't have good, healthy gut flora to colonize and digest food. But we can go into that, another deep dive about that. All righty, so it supports immune health by helping the gut increase the immune system, which is what we want for children, right? Because they are susceptible, because they don't start out with an immune system. It has to be built. So this helps the cells build the immune system. And unlike some probiotics, Bacillus subtilis, it's also a registered trademark, by the way, is highly stable, which means it survives the stomach acids and delivers the maximum benefits where it's most needed, lower in the colon absorption, where absorption takes place. So fewer tummy troubles, fewer constipation, a stronger immune system, and better nutrient absorption of the things that they begin, or they're eating, they're experimenting, they're being introduced to the food. So better absorption, which is very good. So the X Factor combines the essential vitamins and K2 that is actually listed separately on the bottle, which means that it is in addition to the other vitamins. It's proven benefits with the Bacillus subtilis. Together, they work to support bone health, the immune system, tooth development, and overall well-being in children. And it's convenient, it's kid approved, it's chewable. So if you're looking for a simple and effective way to support your child's health and development, X Factor Kids is a great choice. And there you go, X Factor in a nutshell. Now, I did a little bit of deep diving. Do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I just find that so fascinating because I really didn't know a whole lot about the kids line because my kids are so, are older.
Hmm.
But that really fascinates me how supporting the gut can help their health in the future and in the
In
long
the
run.
future. Hmm. So a so dietary sources for K2 are eggs, hard cheeses, butter, and fermented foods. I think I can get a toddler to eat cheese, hard cheese though. So I'm not exactly sure. Is that Parmesan? What is a hard cheese? I'll have to do a deep dive into that. Eggs, you can get them to eat eggs, but I'm not sure you could get them to eat fermented foods.
Riley used to
Um,
eat butter.
yes, yes, oh yes, butter. Yes. And my daughter used to, she would eat the onions.
Oh.
I would, she would get in the refrigerator and there's a bite out of an onion. I'm like, who ate the onions? She loved onions. Her body, I wished we had had these when she was a child. Her body wanted sulfur.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why she was eating. It's interesting. If you stand back and watch and you know what vitamins and minerals and nutrients are in the food and you see things that they crave, their bodies are telling them, like you need more potassium, you need more vitamin A, you need more sulfur. Um, and I don't want to equate it to a dog, but if you've seen a dog when they have an imbalance in their gut, they will go and eat grass,
Yeah.
right? Your puppies do that? Yeah, they'll eat grass. Um, yeah, and you know, you don't want your child to do it, but dogs will dogs will turn around and cats will turn around and smell. They're smelling, their poo tells them information and it's like you don't think about that. You're just yelling at the dog to get away because you don't want them to step in it. But their bodies are actually telling them, "Oh, I need more of this. I need more of that." Which is interesting. Which is, that's a whole different putting a dog on, vegetables and fruits and proteins is a whole different ball of wax. But I really like this vitamin and I wish I had it for my kids.
Yeah.
Um, it helps pump up the immune system. It helps absorption of calcium. Um, the K2 calcium ends up in the arteries and soft tissues instead of bone. So um, it helps prevent calcium mismanagement of the body, which is
That's an
bad.
interesting one. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because calcium mismanagement is later in life,
Yeah.
kidney stones, gallstones, and all the things. So we
Yeah.
need K2. And I don't think any doctor has ever really said you need to get a K2, even for me.
Yeah. K2 also helps with the absorption of magnesium too, which is an important one.
Yes. Yes. So,
Well, I am going to end the recording and we can
okay.
just continue this conversation here